So, Kara, why did you come to see me today?
Um, a couple of weeks ago, I found out that I had bed bugs. So I've been kind of stressed dealing with that. We kind of had to put like all of our belongings in trash bags and things, and it's been really stressful just working with my roommates, and we've been getting into arguments and things like that, and it's just stressful.
Okay, so it started with the bed bugs, or do you think maybe it started before that?
I think it kind of started before that. I think my roommates have a hard time kind of expressing how they're feeling, so they're pretty passive about that. Um, we've had like text conversations, so I don't think that's helped at all. But there's been like arguments, and we're trying to move out too. So we're trying to find a new apartment, and it's just been like really stressful because we couldn't decide on a day or like a month to move out. It's just been hard these past couple months.
Okay, so would you say you've had some anxiety about this whole situation?
Yeah, sometimes, because I mean, I'll be moving to a new place, so that's kind of makes me anxious in the fact that, if I find someplace I like, I don't want to lose it, and I want to act on it pretty fast if I find someplace, and it's always just anxious, or it's always just nerve-wracking moving to a new place, so.
Are there times when you and your roommates are able to communicate effectively and therefore you feel less anxious, or is it pretty much something all the time making you feel anxious?
With my roommates, it's not really. We don't really ever communicate effectively. It's usually through text message. And if like I do communicate effectively with one, I have two roommates. So if I communicate effectively with one, like I'm not communicating with the other one, so I'll get two different messages from two different people.
Okay.
So, and it's hard to get us all three in the same room. We all kind of have our own schedules. So, um, I don't know. It's just been, and it's kind of, it makes me angry sometimes because, like, they won't decide what they want to do. And it just is, and they act like, I don't know, they act like kids sometimes. So that's really annoying.
Okay, so you're definitely experiencing some stress as a result of the situation with the roommates.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you handle the stress when you start feeling that way? What kind of things do you do that make you maybe help you relax a little bit?
Well, I've never really been good at handling stress. I always kind of am one of those people who like bottle it up like inside, and then I kind of blow up when I do get too stressed out, or I kind of like shut off my emotions. So those are like the two responses I have. Um, I do like to read, so I'll read to like handle stress, and I also like to watch TV and that kind of thing. So those are like my two main, and listening to music, I guess, are like the top three ways I'll deal with stress.
Okay. And what kind of positive ways does that affect you? How does that look for you? How does it feel?
It kind of helps me to separate myself from the situation a little bit. Um, and I'm like when I get angry, it's really, I'll act really without thinking sometimes. So, it helps me to kind of cool off and calm down and that kind of thing. And that helps. But sometimes I have to like apologize because I'll get like angry real fast. But so yeah.
So, do you think that you're mostly here to deal with the anxiety that this is all causing you?
Yeah, that and just like more positive ways, I guess, to handle stress and my anger and that kind of thing.
Okay. So, what would your life look like without those feelings, without the anxiety and the anger? What would it feel like?
I think it'd be a little more relaxing. I think it would be a happier life. obviously I'm not like obsessing or hyper focusing on one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be helpful.
Okay. And what are some things you think you might do in the future that'll make you feel less anxious and better able to handle your stress?
It might be a good idea just to kind of separate myself from the situation and just kind of think before I react to stuff and that kind of thing.
So suppose you went to sleep tonight and somehow overnight a miracle happened. And imagine when you woke up tomorrow morning, the anxiety is completely gone. How will you know things are different?
I think like anxiety always causes like a tightness in my chest. I think that tightness would be gone. And I think I would be more confident in like the decisions that I make, because I do think I make good decisions. I just think I'm not always confident in the decisions I make. So I think that would be two of the things. Like I think I would just feel more confident about the way I handle things.
And then how would the people that are around you, your family and friends, how will they notice something's different?
I guess it would be, I don't know. I think, I don't know, honestly. I guess I would be more calm throughout the day, and I think just the way I communicate with them would kind of show that I'm more calm about things. Sometimes I tend to like start talking a million miles an hour, and then I tend to over exaggerate as well. So I think that would be something that I wouldn't do as much, I guess.
So if 10 is extremely anxious on a scale of 1 to 10, how much anxiety would you say you feel right now?
Right now I'm not too anxious. Maybe like, well, you said 10 is extremely anxious. Maybe like a 4 or a 5, I guess. That's not very anxious.
So what would a 1 feel like for you? What would it look like?
Sitting on a beach. I'm just kidding.
Well, if you weren't on the beach, what would it feel like?
I think just like what I said earlier, I'd feel very calm and relaxed, and I wouldn't have like the tightness that I have in my chest and that kind of thing. I think it'd be easier to breathe and handle situations.
So it sounds like you have been dealing with a lot. You've had the bedbug situation, which has influenced your relationship with your roommates and caused you some anxiety and some unpleasant feelings. You've had some anger, some stress. But it sounds like you're making some efforts to change those things, and you know how to relax and calm your anxiety when you read, or you just spend some quiet time by yourself, or just do the things you like to do. So it sounds like you're doing really well with that. But what kind of realistic changes could you make in the next couple of weeks that are going to help you even more with this?
I think it will help me when I finally like make a decision on where I want to live in the future. I'm kind of like bobbling between 2 places right now. I think it also would help if instead of like over texting, my roommates and I, we met in person and kind of spoke. And if we do talk in texting, not like taking it to the extreme where we're like fighting in texting, I think that would be helpful.
Okay. Great. It sounds like you've taken some really good steps and you're putting in some good effort.
Oh no, the pizza